against our will.
In the dive meta, Lucio was king. Mercy has always had a spot in the meta, and sometimes has been maybe a little bit too secure. But what about right now? With patch 1.27 live, significant buffs rolling out to Lucio, nerfs to Mercy, and a significant boost to Ana's nano boost, now providing a huge surge of healing upon application, how has the meta shifted? Who is the best support hero in Season 11? So let's chat a little bit about Lucio first. Lucio to me feels like the kind of hero that is one of the best heroes in the game to main, given that essentially since the dawning of Overwatch, Lucio has been involved in the meta in some way, whether in triple tank, quad tank, obviously dive comp as well, and even now in the so-called triples comp, also known as GOATs comp. Why oh why do we have a comp named GOATs? If anyone doesn't know what GOATs comp is, by the way, it's essentially triple healer and triple tank, and GOATs stands for greatest of all time, I suppose. But the point is that even before these buffs to Lucio, he still had a decent place in the meta. Now, if you don't know what the buffs are, of course his sound barrier maximum shield capacity was increased from 500 to, I believe, 750, and his aura radius was also increased by roughly 20%. So Lucio is doing amazing. His utility kind of drops off a little bit on a lot of the more defensive maps, especially when holding on a point such as, Eichenwald. There's no real death bits for Lucio to exploit, at least on the first objective, and straight up solid healing seems to be a little bit more useful. However, given that Reinhardt and Lucio share a decent amount of synergy, obviously Reinhardt benefiting massively from the Lucio speed boost, and now that Hammond is in the game, Lucio is in a great spot. Obviously Hammond is another dive style tank, quite similar in role to Winston. I believe that this puts Lucio all around in an extremely good spot, and I still maintain that if there is one hero that you want to main in Overwatch, just main Lucio. Season after season he has proven to be extremely viable. It turns out that his speed boost is impactful with basically every single comp, maybe minus the sniper heavy compositions that we see from time to time right now in the meta, but other than that he is in an amazing spot. Now compare Lucio to Ana, his main competitor for the title of best support in Season 11, at least in my humble opinion. Feel free to disagree down below. So Ana's nano boost was essentially given a huge heal add-on. Now unlike Lucio, Ana was a little bit sidelined. And honestly, it's quite difficult to work out whether this is because she was kind of weak, or just because out of all of these supports, she is actually one of the more difficult supports to play. You require a lot more aim than is needed on most other support heroes, and if you mess up her abilities even once in the middle of a team fight, it feels like you're just kinda screwed. So debatably, Ana was a little bit more in need of a buff. But was it the right kind of buff? I was personally hoping that Ana would now be able to cast the nano boost on herself as well, but that didn't come to pass. Instead, what we got was the heal. Now, this is extremely good. It's extremely powerful, but I still can't help but think that the biggest challenge for Ana to be competitive in this game, at least across all of the ranks, is her skill floor. The entry skill required to get a good or at least an average amount of value out of the hero. Now, if you're playing at Diamond rank or Master rank or GM, then of course this isn't going to be much of an issue, or at least most hero picks at those kinds of ranks aren't really going to be wasted. They aren't going to be bottlenecked by the player's skill who is piloting that hero. Compare that to ranks like Bronze and Silver, and well, heroes like, Ana, Sombra, maybe even Genji, these kinds of heroes drop off big time in win rate, especially Sombra. I mean, Jesus. Look at this goddamn stat line at Bronze, man. So if we're talking about the best support hero in patch 1.27 in the game as a whole, can we really put Ana above Lucio? I'm not so sure, given that half of the Overwatch population generally struggles to play Ana optimally, whereas almost anyone can pick up Lucio. And yes, I know, all of the Lucio mains are furious right now watching this video, but Tom, Lucio does take skill, I swear. And I know, I'm not saying that Lucio doesn't take skill. All I'm saying is that any idiot can put on an aura, kind of run around a little bit, do some healing, amp some speed, and get a reasonable amount of value out of the hero. Whereas the same lemon of a player can't just pick up Ana unless they actually know how to aim. I, for one, am a pretty good example of that. Now, it is in the midst of this discussion that I don't want to throw caution to the wind and just discard the notion that Mercy could still be the best support in the game. Resurrect is just as powerful as ever, and her healing was only nerfed from 60 HPS to 50 HPS. Mercy is still in an extremely good spot, and I believe as long as her Resurrect exists the way it does, in fact as long as players are able to be revived, period, Mercy is always going to have a place in the game. So having said that, it is crunch time. Who is the best support in patch 1.27 Season 11 of Overwatch? Zenyatta. Oh yes, my bald little Omnic muse. Now I believe since the dawning of Overwatch, Zenyatta has always been one of my highest win rate heroes, and when I really just want to win the game, I'll just play Zenyatta. I'm kind of tired of him, a little bit from just kind of playing him so much, but if I want to win, you gotta do what you gotta do. And so the point is this. The best support hero in patch 1.27 is different for everybody. A lot of people will argue the case that Baguette is the best support hero right now in the game just because, well, she's just generally very, very strong even in spite of the recent nerf in patch 1.27. But for me, I can't play Brigitte worth a damn. Lucio I haven't really played since maybe Season 2, so a little bit rusty there, definitely not my best support hero. And Ana, well, coming from someone who used to main old Symmetra and Winston, let's just say me and sniper related heroes don't really go hand in hand. So if you came to this video hoping for a recommendation of which hero to play, just play the one that you enjoy the most. As long as you're playing heroes that you enjoy the most, you're going to get more practice at them organically. You're going to feel tired of them less, and you're not going to be forcing yourself to play something just because it has a 3% on average higher win rate at your current rank, and this even in spite of the fact that you despise playing this hero. In fact, much to the disgruntlement of my team, I actually quite enjoy playing Ana, even if I do completely suck at that hero. So I'll play me some Ana and enjoy my 33% win rate, so long as my profile is set to private. And one day, I will break over a 50% win rate, just in a matter of time. But hell, all of the flowery talk aside, if you really want to know which hero is the best in this current patch, my vote does indeed go to Lucio. Which support hero do you think that right now is the most powerful in Overwatch patch 1.27? Drop your thoughts down below while you're at it. I've been Tom from the Game Leap team. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Do subscribe if you did to catch future videos as they roll on out. Have a great day, and I will catch all of you guys in the next one.